Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome, 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 y'all. Smell good, fella. What's going on? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hopefully everyone is having a great day. I hope everything was well, going fantastic. And we are back with another live stream. Live stream 69. Live stream 69. All right. So very excited to be back tonight. We're going to be discussing one of the more thought-provoking, slightly controversial, wandering minds probably have questions or wanted to dive into this house, and that is the house of Terence Hughes. All right, so we're going to have a very healthy conversation tonight, eye-opening. We're going to have some talks. When I say we, I have a special guest. All right, I have a special guest that will be accompanying me with tonight's live stream. We're going to have conversation about that. But before we get into what we are going to get into, Smell Good family, let's go ahead and go to the chat. And of course, what are your hits of the days? Down here in Jacksonville, Florida, the low was 34 degrees. The high was a little over 60. So I went with this beauty, probably my favorite leather fragrance in my entire collection, from the house of Tom Ford. I went with the legend, Ombre Leather EP. Ombre Leather EP. I love everything about this. Everything. You can't talk crazy about this to me. It's so good I might even wear it tomorrow, and I never wear the same fragrance back-to-back days. I can't remember the last time that I actually have done it. But Ombre Leather is that for me. It is top 10 all time in my collection, and currently right now my absolute favorite leather fragrance, go-to, very versatile for this time of year, office, date night, church, whatever you got going on. Ombre Leather EDP is where it's at. I'm gonna get the Parfum one day, but right now I'm very, very good with the EDP. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and jump into the chat. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Jim Little was the first in the chat at 5:04 p.m. Jim says wearing daddy to celebrate the live stream. Glad you're here with us tonight, my guy. sure. Hidden Gems. What up, Jim? In the chat. It's in the day DEDRICKHJR in the Middle Eastern Spicy Week fragrance for me. Okay. Jim Little back at it. DeCos wasn't for me. Talking to Jim. Okay. Aaron Terence Hughes is it. Awesome fragrance house. So we definitely gonna talk about it for sure. All right. My guy Joel in the building. Joel wore more SKU Soul Boutiques today. Joel offered exclusives. Yeah, I hear the holiday music, man. It's the holiday time of year. I love the holidays. And we're going to have a lot of holiday content, in the year content, as we are now kicked off in December. All right, let's start to my guy Hidden Gems. He says, I have yet to dive into the house, man. Here. Glad you were rocking with my guy. Everybody's showing love. Joe, that's right. Let them know. Do not forget to hit that thumbs up. It goes a long way. It goes a long way, and I definitely done and done. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Back in the house. Good. Dedrick. The other day was Hindu Push. Sarah. Sensually Explicit. What's up, everyone? Send the day is yours off. Tommy, Lomi Monkey Special. Seen a lot of content and conversation about that. Over the last few weeks, for sure. John says I am a double dipper. What you mean, all genre? Eriza, Love for All, for sure. Send the day Nefs by Nisha Nate. That is on my list. On my list. Von B chilling in the house. What's good, everyone? Another day. What's it? Comments S Garçon Black. Okay. Antonio Harvey, what's good? People send the day. Armand Praise. Beautiful pink spoon. I agree. Joel says, talking about right, Jim Little, Good Family, what's happening. Antonio, fire beat, they're good, so appreciate it. You're gonna hear a lot of Christmas theme music, for sure. Now let me know if y'all can hear me and see me well. We got 30 in the chat. I'm expecting a more intimate, niche crowd tonight, as me and my guest Jared Miller get ready to dive into the house of Aaron Terence Hughes and have some conversation for sure. All right, AS end of the day. Ralph Lauren Blue Parfum. Have an amazing live. I appreciate that. Okay. Thomas Priester in the building. What's good, Smell Good Fella? What's going on, Thomas? Glad you could join us tonight, my guy. Jim Little, live stream of love. Sure. Hidden Gems. All genre. What up? What's good? Joel says so live 69 is a sexy live. Well, Aaron Terence Hughes definitely has some of that covered. I'm sure Aaron Terence Hughes has sexy fragrances. He definitely has a couple up his sleeve, for sure. Kevin Smith, good evening, my fragrance family. End of the day, let's off on Rockba. Evan, straight out of North Philly. Kevin, what's good, my guy? Hopefully all is well. Stream y'all triple with the comments because it won't move this little blue light. So I can see. But I'm reading it off the screen here, so I don't know what they got going on for sure. Not so famous YouTubers. The other day, yours off Neil, still warm in Cali. Enjoy. Just cold down here in the bank, baby. Dame 919. We talking different. 10K for the Smell Good family. Yes. Appreciate that, my guy, for sure. Dame in the building, 919. He's back with Checkmate by Sensual Obsessions and Andy Warhol and the Vintage Hybrid. Very interesting there. All genre Bobs, talk to me nice, for sure. Shout out my guy EQ, for sure. Thomas Priester, FOD was a horror. What is that? Oh, fragrance of the day. Okay, was Zahara Tabak. I love Tabak. It is absolutely amazing. Great fragrance. Georgians did a great job with that before. You got my guy, the American Brazilian in the building, DEDRICK Jr. What it is, fam. That's my guy. That's my brother. A lot of love for my guy, the American Brazilian for sure. That's famous YouTuber getting love. Jim Little, Ombre Leather, my wife's favorite of mine. Okay. But Absolute Events is threatening to take over. She says, okay. She's a fan of Absolute Events. I don't blame her. It's really, really good. Let's see. Everybody's showing love in the chat. I love it. Mr. M.A. Styles. What's up, everyone? What's good, my guy? Glad you could join us for sure. Everybody showing love. Dame. Aaron is one of my favorite brains in fragrance. I've been trying to get his fragrance. What I want has been sold out. A lot. So hopefully I can catch him one day. Can't wait. Yeah, you'll be able to catch him. But Mr. Hughes' fragrances do not last long, for Everybody showing love. See you in 93. Yo, D was good. Smack family today. Right along. You first. Fantastic. Kevin Smith. Hi, my friend Joel. Oh, Kevin out of North Philly. And my baby love in the building. I keep saying in the building, but it's in the chat. Jim Little, Dedricks, I have a couple Aaron Terence Hughes to send you if you want. Well, we'll see if you have something that I already don't, because my special guest laced me pretty good. But Jim, I appreciate that. Just email me, bro. Get chopped up. Attention fans, the night. Release him. Hell yeah. Oh, excuse me. I told my hell yeah. He said, hey, all and God bless. Hey, man, your boy a little tired, man. So I'm seeing stuff. So it's all good. Ryan, sup, bro? Sunday Hungry Noir Extreme. Great sit there. All genre. What is it? The Monarch of the Snugger Family Consuela. Mrs. Hicks. Dan at the man. Scent of the day second. So by God, you smell fantastic. Sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. We're almost to the bottom of the chat. We're gonna bring my special guest in. We're gonna get this thing popping, man, for sure. Joel talking to Jared. Oh, Jared, always nice to see you. Can you see Jared? I don't think you can see him here. How do you know it's him? Or did I say it already? I probably did. Dan at the man. What's up, D? What's up, Dan? One of the best things to do. Baby love getting love. Dan getting love. Jen Little. What Aaron Terence Hughes you trying to get? Dane. Elroy. I think it's L Rob 831. What's up, bro? From Salinas, California. Info on best Louis Vuitton clones. Man, I don't really have any, bro. I don't. I have one from Dossier. I have one for Dossier, and I can't even remember which it is. Called Ginger and Spice, I believe it is. It's a clone of. And when it comes to me, I'll say it on the stream. But I don't really have many. I don't have many. And maybe you put some on my radar there. All right. Dave Webster, what's up, D? Can't stay, just drop and show love and drop a like. I appreciate that, my guy. Thank you very much. Hidden Gems, what up, D? What's up, my guy? All right, y'all. So we are caught up to the bottom. Expecting a very niche crowd tonight for this niche hobby that we have. We're going to roll this beautiful Christmas theme music down a tad bit. And then we are going to get to business. But before we get started, the 10K giveaways are still live. We have 3 running at the same time. We have the Business Over Pleasure and Evening Mystique pack that is running right now. We also have the Scentbird sample pack, 910 ml makeup, lipsticky atomizer sprayers, lay-in, reflection. What else you got in there? There's an Aqua de Palma fragrance in there. So you got some really nice, beautiful fragrances in that giveaway. And then last but not least, we have a Naxos clone, Vogue Elegante. And I'm going to be any 3 fragrances in my collection that you want in a 5 ml decant, I will provide. So those 3 giveaways are running. The giveaways will end on Sunday. Sunday, the giveaways will be over, and I will announce all winners next week, and I will ship out the winning fragrances as well next week. And also, shout out to my guy Ross for contributing to the giveaway with the double pack of his fragrances, Evening Mystique and Business Over Pleasure. And then he also contributed the Sensual Obsession sample pack and gift, was it sample pack or discovery set? So those will be going out next week as well. So Dame and I think my guy Zach won those as well. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to bring my special guest on right now. Let me turn this music all the way off and let's go. Okay, it's off. I was still hearing it. All right, man. So we're going to bring in my special guest. Y'all know him. Y'all seen him. Y'all know who he is. He's one of the true jewels in Fragcom. This is a good dude right here. Friend of mine, brother in the community. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring on the legendary. That's right. The legendary Jared by God Miller. Jared Miller, my man, was at.
What's good on y'all? Mic check. Mic check.
Oh yeah, we in there.
I want no fuzzies, no none of that nonsense. How am I sounding, D? How am I sounding?
You good? You A1. You A1.
Good.
We are in
clutch.
We are in business. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jared Miller, Me and Jared became really good friends earlier this year, just through the love of Fragcom, and it's turned into a beautiful um, brotherhood. And me and Jared have been on the line of some conversations concerning the House of Aaron Terence Hughes, and now we are here. All right, so I
Yes.
and Jared, we got together and we wanted to have this conversation of the house, and that's what we're going to do. But Jared, furthermore, before we get into it, sir, what are you wearing today?
Okay. Well, as you know, Center of the Days, as we do it around here. Mine was actually City Rhythm Manhattan, the new formulation. That was the center of the day. However, I got home, cleaned up, and now I'm wearing one of the decants you sent me,
Okay.
B612. Yes,
Ooh.
sir. Wanted to go ahead and actually get a wear in, started enjoying it, and just really experience it rather than, just the testing we do on our arms and whatnot. But
I love that stuff.
I tell you what, it's hitting just like we said it would.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
stuff.
it's hitting just like it. Yeah.
Yeah, me and you'll talk
This
more. Me and you'll talk more about that.
right,
We'll talk more
right,
about that.
right.
All right, Jared. So Jared Miller was kind enough, ladies and gentlemen. I have all these decants on my table right here, but he filled this little baggie up with a handful, more than a handful of Aaron Terence Hughes fragrances. And I was able to smell these and sample these and test these over the past 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm ready to have more of a conversation. And why do I want to have a conversation? Let's set the table. Why? Aaron Terence Hughes has been a brand out there that has been called controversial.
Absolutely.
People look at Aaron and they see something that they don't understand.
Yeah.
The way he articulates himself, his videos, his interviews, every time you see him, it's a mysterious type of event. Well, it got me to really diving in. What is the purpose of an Aaron Terence Hughes in the fragrance community? What does he want to put out there? His fragrances, the crazy names like Slut, Daddy, Maverick. Then you have stuff like Oud and Ohm and Odyssey and Forbidden. He has a very wide range of different fragrances. And when you hear the name of a fragrance called Daddy or Hard Candy or Maverick, you probably pause a bit. So when we talk about the core lines of Fragcom, I'm just going to say a couple: Dior, Versace, Chanel, just things that the common person knows. You're not getting that type of curiosity with the fragrances. I mean, we got Dior Homme, and then we have Hard Candy.
Yeah.
We have Versace Eros, and then we have Daddy. All right. So with all that being said, I definitely wanted to dive more into this house. I wanted to smell more. I wanted to read up more, and I wanted to hear what Mr. Aaron Terence Hughes have been having to say about his fragrances. So that's just setting the table. And I'm going to open up the conversation for my guy. And please, in the chat, I see my guy Kyler has made it in. Jason made it in. I know I'm gonna shout out to my guy Montrese. If you've had any experience with Aaron Terence Hughes, please add to the conversation. And my hope and Jared's hope by the time this stream is over is that we can kind of not shed light, but really maybe peel back some layers of this rarity in Fragcom of a mysterious house. That's how I did it.
It's a layered conversation, y'all. It's a layered conversation. So
Jared, what are your thoughts on just what are we doing right now? The House of Aaron Terence Hughes, the conversations that me and you have had. Where are your thoughts as we get ready to enter into the conversation of the
Okay, so he's pretty much given you guys the outline already. It's one of those. It's becoming popular, especially now with his appearances at like Scent Explorer, most recent events. I believe he won an award recently for his products and becoming an up and rising perfumer. But in general, the house, as Dia said, it's a controversial one. Right? Do I want to say underrated? That's up to interpretation. I obviously enjoy the house. I have somewhere around like somewhere between 13, 15 fragrances of his. I think just like with everyone else, not everyone has seen his journey, where he came from, how he got into the community, or what made him decide to continue on with his passions in perfumery. He is an actual perfumer. So I just want to make sure that's clear and out there. But on top of that, he started out a different person than what you see right now. Everything about him, including from the way he speaks, his patterns of speech, his business sense, his business models, his designs, all of it is completely changed from the way he started. So me and D wanted to go ahead and get this conversation started. We're hoping for, a multi-part on the way. But just to get things started, we wanted to put some of the information out there that people sort of chat about in the back. You might not hear it all in the mainstream, but we can go ahead and we go ahead and get it started. D, do you want to get started with one of your first impressions, or do you want me to give like a brief history to the backstory of the brand?
So we're gonna go fragrances here, and then we're gonna hope those fragrances really bridge out a conversation. So for me, I did a video on Terence Hughes. Shout out to my guy Trey McLean, man. He sent me a few samples, and I did a video of it. I want to say late last year, very earlier this year. You can go and check that out. I'll pin it down in the description after the stream is over. So that was my first introduction to Terence Hughes. So I smelled Maverick. I smelled Daddy Paul, for those out there being funny. I smelled Hard Candy. And I smelled a couple. And when I smelled them, I immediately was like, okay, so something's going on here, because the provoking names of these fragrances and the style of these fragrances, he's trying to do something here, and I don't know what. So after that video, I put it on the back burner. Well, as time has went on and more fragrances have arrived and shown up, and I've started watching them and reading up on them, I said, okay, there's an agenda here. And let's start there, Jared. Let's start with his agenda. Now, let's go to a fragrance that I feel is probably one of the more known or talked about, at least from what I've seen, and that is Raw Cherry.
Yes.
Raw Cherry from Terence Hughes. And I'm going to get this on a tester strip here so I can smell along. And why are we going to start off with Raw Cherry? Well, one, I'm a huge fan of cherry. Cherry is one of my aphrodisiac notes, so to speak, in fragrance, for sure. Now, Jared, I'm a fan of Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. I'm a fan of Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal EDP. I am a fan of even cherry tobaccos like Herod and things like that. So when I smell this, though, the cherry is there, but there is an overabundance of ouds and leathers and spices to this style of a fragrance.
Yeah.
Now, Jared, with Raw Cherry, when you hear the note, when you hear the title Raw Cherry, when it comes to my mind, I'm thinking we're going to get a very fruity, cherry, syrupy style type of fragrance. But Mr. Hughes kind of went off the mark, so to speak, and added these ouds and these spices to these fragrances, and it completely threw me off. So, Jerry, your thoughts and your opinions on Raw Cherry versus what we know as what cherry fragrances and cherry notes, compared to what Mr. Hughes did to the cherry ambiance.
Right. Okay. So, as Dee just pointed out, he's obviously put his entire spin on our conceptualized thoughts of cherry.
Yes.
Now, we all know Lost Cherry, and if you haven't, get yourself a decant. Get yourself a sample. Like, come on, we know what it is. Lost Cherry is probably the most infamous cherry fragrance out there. It kind of helped start the craze behind the cherry DNA that we have. Now, you know that it's not only cherry that's in there, right? But where does ATH come in? Okay. Well, he wanted to come up with a cherry fragrance but he obviously made his depth, dark appeal touch
Yeah.
onto it, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that he talked about was that with a cherry fragrance, he wanted it instead of going to, because it's, if you guys don't know, like there's the bright red cherries that you'll eat, and then there's also the dark,
Yes.
almost purplish red
Yeah.
cherries, right?
Yeah.
One is more tart and bright, the other one is deep, dark, sweet,
Yes.
has a more sensual feel, right?
Hmm.
So Aaron from Jump said, and I'm trying to remember his advertising, so forgive me if I misquote here, but he wanted dark, sexy, throbbing cherry. And
That
yes, I
that
used the
exactly.
correct
Well,
words.
yes, you are
See,
correct.
it's all of that is a part of his advertising as well. He's a bit of a rogue character, and if you haven't picked up on that already,
So let's
but
let's let's
he
stop let's stop right there with just that. That's a
okay,
perfect segue. Like you said before, there's a lot of cherry fragrances out there, like Guerlain L'Homme Ideal EVP, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry,
right,
which is the most notable. And we see the advertisement for those, especially the Tom Ford. There's a little sex appeal with them. There's a little, some might say, tasteful sex
right,
appeal with them. But Mr. Hughes, he doesn't
yes,
subscribe to that. So back
yeah,
to the sentences that he used, the throbbing part. How is that? When, when,
yeah.
when, when he uses that in his quotas about his fragrances, do you think, Jared, audience, Smell Good family members, do you think when you hear things like that, that he's purposely trying to be controversial, or this is his reality for real?
So to answer that question bluntly, because I've also watched a lot of his content, it's a twofold purpose.
Okay,
Yes, he's aware that it's like a shining a light. It's going to catch people's attention.
correct.
But he's also he's cheeky.
Right.
And I use that word as well because if you guys didn't know, he's London based. His humor is along these lines. So
Yes, it
he
is.
is injecting his genuine humor, his genuine self into it. Remember, he's a rogue character, but he also knows what he's doing. He's he's not dumb at all, folks.
At
He
all.
actually is a brainiac.
Uh-huh.
But let's also not dance around the issue. Like
Yeah,
he's
let's go.
controversial for real. Like
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
real deal.
So
It's the
so
real
so so
deal.
so for me, a huge fan of the cherry note, and I'm just going to
Right.
cover some of the notes in here. And this is a very complex cherry fragrance. So main accords: fruity, woody, sweet, spicy, and gourmand. Top notes: cherry liqueur, sour
Mhm.
cherry, lemon, mandarin orange. In the hearts, you have dark chocolate, tonka bean, and woody notes.
Yeah.
Base notes: nutmeg, Thai oud, Turkish rose, vanilla, and amaretto.
Mm-hmm. It's
Some of
the
the notes that
amaretto cherry.
there it is. Now, for all of us,
Key.
you adults in the room, if you ever had an amaretto sour, like the alcoholic beverage, I get that in here.
Yep.
I get an amaretto sour cherry style of a fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
This is exceptional, y'all. I applaud Mr. Hughes on the thought-provoking aspects, the controversial layout, because he's bringing attention to the style.
Yeah.
He's bringing attention to the style. And that's what this live stream is about. The way that he's going, um, like getting it, bringing attention to his creations.
Right.
Now, Jared, how many houses or fragrance owners or perfumers are willing that you've seen they're willing to put it on the line like that?
Well, to be completely honest, it's one of the reasons I was drawn to his content in the first place. Um, quite frankly, we don't see actual perfumers, discussing their work. It a multifaceted reason. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but for me, example, right? How many of us actually know what Iceweed Super is? Who knows what that stuff does on a molecular level, how it operates scientifically?
Right.
You don't really hear perfumers delving into their products. We'll discuss a few notes. Like, we know it's cherry, right? Slight almond, chocolatey nuances on there, little bit of oud, some leather, all that. But beyond the notes, what do folks like us really know?
Right.
Not much. That's kind of why I literally, and for me, my start with him all started with the algorithm. I didn't really know who he was or search him out. I just went to Google when I was trying to learn about these individual notes. Google then pointed me to YouTube.
Right.
Lo and behold, the man had his own starter channel. It didn't look anything like it did now. He started out making creations out of his home in his own personal laboratory. And folks, he legitimately had courses that he would teach people that wanted to learn to come and check out his products. That was his origin. That's his beginnings. That's why I started following him. But keep in mind, that's his brainiac side. That rogue element is in everything that he creates.
Great segue.
Everything.
Great segue to everything created. So I start off with raw cherry because I feel like that was one of the fragrances that would be more as a table setter. So we're going to move on to the next fragrance for sure. Now, I do have some comments in here. Hidden Gems cannot believe the names of these fragrances. He says, I heard they're pretty good, but the names he can't get over it. I've seen Hidden Gems say give crazy responses to the names of these fragrances.
Look, there's no way around it, y'all.
No way around it at all.
These names,
so Hidden Gems,
you almost feel like, someone will ask you, what are you wearing?
Hey, Hidden Gems,
I'm wearing Daddy.
Some real fire this way, bro. He got some real fire this way, even with these wild names. So you're gonna have to get comfortable with that, bro, if you want to experience the house for sure. Jason in the building. His fragrances are good and very affordable for what you get. I agree with that. So let's start right there. Price point comparisons, Jared. Give me an example of a really good Terence Hughes versus one of your more expensive fragrances, and let's talk quality and let's talk about.
Okay. So I briefly mentioned earlier, I wanted to actually learn chemistry behind fragrances. That perfectly leads into this, because in that journey where you're learning things and learning different notes, you want to know what these quality ingredients smell like. But I don't want to keep just buying them and then they just kind of sit around. What is it like in an actual formulation? We'll talk rose, right? So rose is a rather common ingredient. It's been around forever, known as the queen of florals.
Yep.
But you have your rose, rose absolute, your rose Hamback, your you have your Bulgarian rose, you have May rose, Taif rose. There's all kind of rose out there. Some of them are extremely expensive and they have various facets to it, right? So a perfect example is when I started my rose oud journey. And I'll be honest, I didn't even know what all the different classifications or labels of rose were out there, but I could start to recognize the smell of it, like the different nuances. Some roses have like different citrus elements. Some have almost like a jammy quality to it. Some things are just rich and almost feel like a velvet touch to it. Right? So rose ouds are what brought me to the ATH house. My first purchase, if I'm not mistaken, from his house was actually ATH Luna, right? Let me see if I can get this. Yep, this one right here. ATH Luna. This is my very first purchase from his house. Now, the quality of the rose that he selected in this one is among the better, I want to say among the best quality rose that I've come across. The problem though, is usually when you start getting into the highest echelon tiers quality ingredients, I'm not talking about the scent.
Right.
I'm talking specifically about the ingredients themselves. Usually they're paired with houses like Roja.
Yeah.
If you bought a Roja bottle, you know that price tag, right? So
Elite.
how do we for me, I wanted to experience really, really high quality ingredients at a price that wouldn't make me regret it if I was wrong. Now, there are certain things you can't get around, right?
Right.
Some things you just gonna have to come up with that change for. You got to come out the pocket. But ATH, in the way he specifically designed his bottles, his packaging, everything else was to minimalize everything else except for the ingredients, the juice itself. And I can say that with confidence because I literally watched him design and create them with those things in mind.
Right.
That said, though, rose ooze are what got me into this house when I started learning about them. And that's what started me on this whole journey. As I said, it's one way to experience this house. But that's the way I came with it. That's the way I came to his house. And obviously, I'm a fan.
Great breakdown for sure. Let's go to the comments, Jared. We're going to move on to the next fragrance. Elijah
All right.
Castillo. He asks, "You get any chocolate and raw cherry?"
Yes.
Jared, do you get chocolate?
Yes. So he did design it to have chocolate nuances in there, even if it isn't specifically notated. He definitely intended it to have that little touch. He will say like a rounded edges, or the way he'll, he's very handsy.
Yeah, I get like a chocolate covered cherry, especially as it starts to dry down. So that is very, very present for sure. So that's a great catch, Elijah. Yes, I do get some dark chocolate cherry nuances for sure. It's one of the better fragrances that I've smelled from the house of Terence Hughes. And I know I'm kind of front running a little bit because I'm a fan of the note of cherry, but this is one of the better cherry fragrances that I ever smelled. So yes, I do get a dark chocolate nuance to this fragrance, and it's very sexy. It is very appealing. It is different, and it is super interesting for sure. For sure. Okay, let's get into a few more of the comments. Dame says running red lights is when you wear raw cherry. I got what you mean there, sir. Gino Martinez came late, people. What's the fragrance? Raw cherry. Thank you, Joel. My baby love says that was D's favorite drink before me and Shoshana made him mature his palate. So if you're new to the live stream, my wife is my biggest hater. She will.
Hey, she can make them drinks though, bro.
She can make them drinks, but she will diss me publicly.
Oof.
To get a full laugh.
It be your own people. It be your own.
I was waiting on that, Jared. Thank you. It be your own folks.
Be your own people.
This is the person who I trust in the world the most. And as you see, I'm not safe. I'm moving along. All right. So let's get into it, okay? Let's get into it. Now, Jared. My friend.
Look, y'all, I can already tell by his face. Like, I would just keep it a buck.
Yesterday.
It's a range, right?
Forbidden. Forbidden, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to spray this on a tester. And I've sampled all these on skin, so I'm not spraying them on paper for the first time. I've sampled all these on skin.
Quickly,
Forbidden.
just the advertisement for Forbidden, right? So he said he designed it to imagine this. All your woodland creatures, your fairies, dwarfs, all that other stuff. Imagine that they're going to a night tea party. They take everything delicious you can imagine. All the fruits, all the sweets, everything. Dump it in a cauldron and mix it up with some rum.
Man, look. Hey, shout out to my boy Trey. Here's my guy, Trey, Mr. McLean. He was the first one to put me on air, Terence Hughes. So this is a guy I was telling you about, Jared. Shout out my guy Trey. And as you can see with the comment, they be sleeping on the air, Terence Hughes. Trey is a huge fan. And I'm gonna try to set something up, Jared, where we can have a conversation with Trey because he's very knowledgeable on the
Looking forward to it.
Shout out my guy Trey McLean for sure. I want to shout him out because I seen him in the chat. There he is, bro. I told you that Forbidden was serious. There he is.
Yes, sir.
Now let me tell you, let's get down to business.
All right.
Forbidden could be potentially top 10 in my entire collection. Forbidden could potentially be top 10 in my entire collection. When I smelled this on my skin for the first time,
he got some hitters, y'all.
Hey,
he got some hitters.
Now, this made me really dial in a little bit more. And let me tell you why. Mr. Terence Hughes, he wants to draw a crowd. But when he gets you there and you sit down in your seats and you get comfortable, he is going to put on a show for the ages. And that's what Forbidden is doing, y'all. I am actively searching for a bottle of Forbidden to add to my collection. This could potentially be my next fragrance that I purchase if I can find it for a solid price. There's so much going on, and let me count the ways, and I'm going to kick it to Jared to give his thoughts on Forbidden. For me personally, everything that I love in fragrance is in this fragrance. Everything that I love. You get a little sweetness. You get a little spice. There's a little floral. There's a little fruitiness. There's a little well-rounded balance of versatility.
Mm-hmm.
This has everything that I need in a fragrance where it can definitely, potentially be put into my top 10 and dare I say top 5. And that's how I feel about it, y'all. Jared Miller, talk to me about Forbidden.
Okay, so Forbidden was my second rose oud that I got from his collection. And it's literally, for those, just to give you an idea here, right? If you've ever had Turkish Delight, it's think of kind of a sugared candy, and it has various flavors, but they all have like a rose nuance to it. His favorite ingredient actually is rose absolute. So that's an ingredient you'll find in a lot of his fragrances.
Good Lord, man.
But as he said, and with his advertising, it might sound cheeky, which he is, but he wasn't BSing. He literally tried to put everything decadent, delicious, almost naughty into this bad boy, like a literal cauldron, and then he dipped the whole thing in this rum he put in there. Like, it's literally delicious.
It's outstanding, man.
For some, it might be doing too much, because it really does have a lot going on, nuances in it, and you'll get different wafts
we're
throughout the day and depending on how it cooks. But this is one of his true absolute gourmands. Some things he has the gourmand lean. This is a straight up gourmand.
Yo,
boom. I think it is very, very well done.
Couldn't believe it. Let's get into some of the notes of Forbidden, y'all. Please take a second with us. Main accords: sweet, gourmand, spicy, fruity, and oriental main accords. Fragrance pyramid, here we go. Up top, chocolate, orange, and bergamot. In the heart, tonka, vanilla, and cherry cake. Oh my God. Cherry cake, y'all. In the base notes, we have another gourmandish note called locum.
Yep.
Oud, rum, white musk, ambergris, patchouli, and sandalwood. Now listen, y'all. I'm not even a gourmand lover. There's certain notes that I do love. I love honey. I love a nice, spicy, maybe darker vanilla, ambery, benzoin-y types of fragrances for sure. But I'm not into like smelling like chocolate cake and all these different things. That's just not my lane. Now I love coffee fragrances and things like that.
It's the balance.
But this is a unique gourmand. Chocolate, orange, and bergamot up top. But the cherry cake, tonka, and vanilla dipped in a nice lather of rum and a little spicy woody oud. I'm done,
Wife,
y'all.
your
I'm
wife's got to
done.
smell this one. Your
Yeah,
wife's
oh,
got to
don't
smell
worry.
this one.
I'm gonna let her
Yeah,
smell it.
yeah.
Jared,
She might take the decant from you though. So
don't
you
worry,
know.
because I'm gonna get me a bottle of this. And let me, anybody in the Smell Good family who knows about Forbidden, and if you can help me find a bottle, I would greatly appreciate it.
Right.
Hit me up on Instagram. If you know me personally, hit my phone, hit my Instagram. I am lining up to buy a bottle of Forbidden. Now, Jared, when you hear the name Forbidden,
Yeah.
and you attach it to a fragrance that smells like this, Jared,
Yeah.
you hit a home run with this. What are you talking about now?
Okay. So, actually, at the time that he was advertising this heavily, was kind of close to when it came out, right? So, for the idiot TV watchers out there, if you ever watched the series called The Witcher on Netflix, right?
Okay.
So, you know how there are elves and dark elves, or all the different creatures, right? Quite literally imagine if they were to throw a decadent party.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep coming to this, but I really have to say this because it's a statement maker, right?
Yes, it is.
When you go out and wear this, don't try and do it in like a professional setting because it's gonna be a little awkward.
No, don't wear that.
Be in the party mood, a celebratory mood. You out with your loved ones and you're ready to cut loose. This one is for that setting.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a show out. It's literally, it does so much. And I know some people like talking about projection, all that. His house in general, he designs everything to push, to push out there. And this one right here is very strong.
Man,
A lot of gourmands, you think they'll sit kind of closer to the skin, have a nice scent
no,
bubble.
not this. This a
This one
horse
going
right
out
here.
there, y'all.
This a
This one
horse
going
right
out
here.
there. This one's
This
going
a
out there.
horse right here.
And obviously I love it. Again, my heart is with Luna because it was my baby coming to the house. But I have to rank Forbidden for different reasons, pretty much the exact same. Like
It is elite. It's elite, man. This is one of the better fragrances that I've ever smelled in my entire Fragcom fragrance journey.
it really is good. It
Well
really is
done,
good.
Terence Hughes. Well done. I have one bottle left that I want to purchase to end the year of 2023, and I'm going to be purchasing that within the next week or so. But now it's 2 bottles. I want a bottle of Forbidden before I get, Lord willing, to January 1st, 2024.
Yeah.
And I want to take my wife out on a date.
Oh yes.
I want us to
Oh,
get
y'all
dressed
finna
up
shut
and
it down.
snazzy.
Wait,
And
I forgot. D, we never even talked about either one. It's kind of implied. Both of these are unisex. Both of y'all can absolutely. Everybody can wear these. Don't be afraid. I want to say they're quite literally right down the middle, unisex.
Absolutely.
Right down the middle.
Well, I want to put this on, and I want to go out in the evening when it's cool, and just go out and let it be known that I'm nothing to be played with.
This will do it. This one gonna do it.
I want
this one gonna do it.
Hicks to be confused the entire evening about what's going on here. Because when your boys step out, you see the beard. You know I ain't playing. You know I'm out here.
Look,
you know I'm out here.
Look, it's such a good release from his house.
It's beautiful.
And for me, like, again, I'll say this for another part of our conversation in the future, but he has different styles to him, y'all.
And we're gonna talk
this
about
is a multifaceted brainiac.
Yeah.
And he chose certain things to release at first for a reason. This is one of them, and I can confidently say he's put his foot in these joints. He's put his foot in these joints.
Facts. Okay, so we're gonna switch up the pace here for a second. So we jumped off with 2 really, really good ones, really home run hitters. Potentially one for me, Forbidden top 10 in my entire collection if I can acquire a bottle at some point. Want to read this comment right here by Attention Span. which I think is really, really good. He said, I think we are too sensitive. It's a name. It's to get people talking. How do you launch a brand that already has tons of competitors? Well said, attention span. Well said. And that's what I've learned about Mr. Hughes. His thought-provoking nature, his what can I do to draw attention motives, but he's not drawing attention for a gimmick or a cheap fragrance. He's bringing you into a true experience. And I have a more appreciation for Mr. Aaron Terence Hughes with how he rolls out everything. So I agree with that assessment and that comment. That is very well said. Now, with that being said, let's go to the other side of this thing. Because now we're going to have a switch up here. Okay. Now, as I just expressed my admiration for the brand, and I respect and appreciate the way that Aaron Terence Hughes goes about his business and everything, and how he is a different individual, how he expresses himself in the way where, hey, you need to just maybe take a few extra minutes to kind of digest that all.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. But with that being said, on a live stream, probably, I don't know, a couple of months ago, I smelled a fragrance that was the worst fragrance experience of my journey. This was the absolute worst fragrance. Excuse me. This was the absolute worst fragrance experience. Not dissing the fragrance. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I respect the art. I respect the art. I respect the hard work. I'll never call a fragrance trash.
Yeah.
Especially when we're talking about this level. So let me get that out in the air, because I don't want nobody running saying, oh, D's bashing and trashing Aaron.
Right.
No. Fragrances are all subjective, and I'm very subjective with my next opinion.
Yeah.
Jared Miller. The toughest experience of my fragrance thus far is when I smelled Slut. Jared, this is the conversation that I want to switch to, man.
Yeah.
Why did Aaron Terence Hughes make that? What was behind that, Jared? What are your thoughts on Slut? There's a strawberry note that lures you in. Let's talk about it. There's a strawberry note that lured me in. I'm smelling it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, man. And this is documented, y'all.
Yeah.
This is documented on the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm smelling. I'm saying, oh, yeah, this is something I will wear when me and my wife is probably out and about during the day, going to get some lunch, maybe doing a little shopping, just kind of floating. This is my speed. I remember it verbatim.
Yeah.
And then the dry down started to happen. And it was something not good there for me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest here, y'all, because I'm fully transparent. It ruined my evening.
Yeah.
There's a cord in there, a skin accord that is in that fragrance that I've never been notified of in FragCom.
Yeah.
And I smelled it as long as I could, and it became powdery, and it became something as a wet body stepping out of the shower.
Yeah.
And not using a great scented body wash. They're using Irish Spring or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what the experience was for me, y'all. Now, Jared, how can Aaron Terence Hughes have a fragrance like Forbidden to be in my top 10? But he gives me Slut that ruined my night. Talk to me, Jared.
Okay. All right. Well, we keep, in case y'all didn't really get it, we do keeps it real here, right?
Oh, yeah.
And just as D said, I want to, y'all really let this sink in. We are doing this with all due respect because we are honest with our opinions.
Yes.
We are critiquing the work, not the man or woman.
No.
And we're being honest with our personal experiences with our fragrances. And we try to relate these things to you as much as possible in ways that are relatable.
Yes.
That said, this skin accord that D is referring to, it's one of the accords that he literally came up with. Throughout a lot of his fragrances, you'll find different iterations on this. He calls it a clean skin accord, right? It's essentially a way that he's twisting certain musks that he's working with. Right?
Okay.
Now, as you guys may or may not know, this is where skin chemistry really plays a part, right?
Okay. Talk to me.
Really, truly. And if you haven't experienced what your skin chemistry can do in fragrances with houses that you visited, you gonna get it right here.
Mm-hmm.
As D pointed out, he's got something in his top 10 now, but he
Yes.
also has something in his absolute worst, bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
He literally puts strong, extraordinary effort into creating all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Now, he doesn't go anywhere near in depth like he used to on his channel, y'all. But if you go back in time, you see him literally explaining and calculating every detail
Mm-hmm.
to these, including the chemical breakdowns and how it functions.
Right.
The clean skin accord on sluts killed my man D. Killed him. I'm going to be transparent and say it's not my favorite from his line either.
Okay.
Did I dislike it as much as D? No, I didn't. It did something different with my skin.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say for me, it landed in the middle of the road tier from his line of releases. For me,
Mm-hmm.
I am thankful that I tried it because it was, again, strawberry was a note that I don't really have a whole lot of in my collection. It one of the things that lured me in. Now, again, we talked about it being a rogue character. Why name a fragrance slut?
Right.
One part of it is advertising. Take a gander, y'all. What else out there is called slut in a fragrance? So that check one box. Obviously, it's unique. Yeah, I'm going to say friendly. Maybe not. But his definition of slut and how he's using it is it's a carefree, I'm here, say and do whatever nature. That is the way that he is portraying it. This is someone that doesn't care what others are thinking. I'm out here to enjoy my life
Right.
and the way I do things my way on my time.
Right.
And then he called it cheekily slut. Now he's got different iterations of it. Dirty slut
He does.
and a slut extreme, or maybe it's slut elixir now, but whatever the case. You guys, it is part advertising. It's part himself, part science, but he's throwing it all together in his own little way.
Right. Jared,
Hey, look,
I'm so
it's a range, y'all. It's a range.
and that's where I wanted to head to next.
It's a range.
This is why this brand deserved the respect. This is why Mr. Aaron Terence Hughes deserves the respect. This is why his line should be taken seriously. This is why his line should be sampled and worn and experienced, because we got Forbidden. That's potential top 10. It could even threaten top 5. It could be the greatest gourmand that I've ever smelled. Could be. And then we have slut on the other side of the globe for me. Because if I ever see slut again, I'm running the other way. It ain't for me, y'all. It ain't for me. And I love that about the line. And even though you hear me talk tough about slut, and you hear me praise Forbidden and Raw Cherry, and he has others like Odyssey and Notorious, he has bangers.
He demands.
But then we start talking about fragrances like Violet Delirium that almost killed me in my own house.
Yeah.
It literally almost choked me to death. The variety and the range of Mr. Hughes.
It's a couple. Oof.
It is amazing that he is not limited on his creations.
No,
He
he
is
is
not
not.
limited on what he wants to do. He names them whatever he wants. He
Yeah.
makes the scent profiles whatever he wants. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, do I know the ins and outs of Aaron Terrence Hughes' background and how he's come up? I do not. Will I learn more? I will. Jared Miller has educated me on quite a few things. And we'll get more deeper into Mr. Aaron Terrence Hughes on the next stream, and we'll cover more
Yeah.
on topics like this. But right now, we're going to talk about the house. Mr. Aaron Terrence Hughes and his creations are something that should be on the grand stage. And there's a lot of independent niche houses out there that are remarkable. Zaharoff is elite of the elite for me. When you start talking about Tabak and you start talking about Second Soul and Evening Mystique and Coco Loco and different fragrances from that line that are just the new one, Aurum, which is the
Yeah.
sexiest fragrance possibly in my collection. These are the things that are going to
Great
help
stuff, yo.
advance Fragcom, in my opinion, because there are houses out here like Aaron Terrence Hughes and like Zaharoff who have this open book of many layers to their brands.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk Zaharoff in the future as well. But I wanted to start this series with Jared on this to broaden our mindset, y'all. Everything ain't for everybody. And Jared, I want you to touch on this, and we're going to get ready to go into this next fragrance. You said to me that Mr. Aaron Terrence Hughes felt like he could enter in the mass appealing world.
Oh, yeah.
Where fragrances were being rolled out at a premium from the designer world. And he felt like he can go in and create mass appealing fragrances and hit home runs, but also keep his integrity of the brand with being different and creative and giving you an experience that you haven't had before. Jared, touch on that, man, and we're going to get back into the comments after that.
Okay. So this is the information heavy side of ATH that I came to love and appreciate. So he's a rogue. We know that. He's a brainiac as far as the science is concerned. We know that. This is where the marketing comes into play.
Yeah.
So he has studied the market top to bottom for a long time. For y'all that are unaware, he's not a young buck.
No.
ATH is, I believe he's about 50 years old now. He's been around a good while. He's seen a lot of styles and trends come and go. This touches into what me and D talked about, his choices for his packaging, right? Now, the price point composition to his fragrances are well thought out. And this kind of gives us an idea of what your small indie niche houses, the decision process that they have to go through when creating a brand.
Yeah.
Right. So he wanted to, and I want to stress this, he wanted to produce some of the top quality ingredients, y'all. Ingredients, I want to use specifically, that you can get your hands on. And he lists them. It's one thing I appreciate. He gives you the entire chemical, like, IFRA breakdown in your orders. If you order from his site, you can literally see where every detail, where everything comes from, where it's sourced from, all that. He's very transparent about everything, right? So to offset those things, he chose to have minimal packaging. If you saw his bottles, I'll give it another one. All his bottles come in this sleek design, black, mad caps, great atomizers. The slight differences come into the labels here. This one is raw cherry. Raw cherry has the red lettering.
Yeah.
Majority of the bottles will have just all white lettering. It kind of lets you know what series they're kind of going into. Some of them have gold, like Goddess, or another one they call it Boss Bitch, or all those Boss Bastard, all those things. Those are all the different we're trying to keep it clean, but we also keep it real, right?
I mean, that's what it's called.
What it is. But the all these little details and facets go into his marketing decisions. All of it. But those ingredients that he's pairing to that, it is all for us. And he said for our personal consumption, even the sizes. You'll notice that all of his bottles, the biggest ones you can get, are 50 mLs.
Yeah.
He keeps that in mind because, just like I mentioned with Roses, right? The price when you get with high quality ingredient can get up there, y'all. It can get up there.
Yeah.
One of the ways he decided to minimize that is to make sure he kept it in 50 ml bottles.
Yeah.
So that way it doesn't get too out of hand. Keep in mind, he still got some offerings. I'll give you an example. One that I do plan on acquiring is Unicorn Elixir. That is an attar. That is the most expensive one I've seen him produce, period.
Okay.
But I want to get that.
Okay.
The point being, though, all of this relates back to his marketing and his choices for doing it. Every single micro decision that he's doing has a place and purpose.
Very unique.
Yeah.
Very unique, very interesting, very polarizing, very like what the hell, or very what? Or very oh dog tripping, or very whatever you want to roll with, he provides that. So a big respect factor for Mr. Terence Hughes and his creations and his work. Jay, we're going to get back to the comments here, and we're going to do one more fragrance, and we're going to get ready to shut this very, very unique and interesting style of a live stream that I look to do more of in 2024. Talk about houses like Terence Hughes, like Zaharoff, kind of dig into different portals, so to speak. All right. All genre says, who? Blue de Chanel Parfum of Vanilla Hood out of here? No, those are top 3. Those are top 3 for me. So the answer is no. Top 3. So the answer is no. All right. We got my Uncle CJ in the building. Terence Hughes got my man D grabbing smelling salts. Man down.
Man down.
So Dane says Aaron is really a fragrance mad scientist. Yes. A gem for real. I agree with that.
He is a mad scientist. Like
Jason says he has a cherry cake note in his fragrance. Damn. Yeah, I said the same thing. I said the same thing when I looked at it, man.
It's legit too. It's legit. It's legit, Jason. It's legit.
And Jason says it's currently sold out. I bet it is. And I know it's going to be hard getting the bottle. I know it is.
It's one of his highest sellers. Like,
I know it's going to be
for real. It's been around a long time.
All genre says word on the street is Bones got a clone of Duo. Oh, he talking to Jason. Trey says if you find a bottle, let me know. I'm looking forward to. We'll do, Jason. I mean Jason. We'll do, Trey. I got you, bro. Everybody laughing. Y'all some clowns. Jason, hidden gems, all the pauses and all that. Y'all boys some fools, man. It's always sold out, man. I've been going through it. I bet.
Also, just a reminder for y'all, for those that are just coming.
Uh-oh, we lost my boy.
Show some support for our boy.
Who's that? You cut in. You back? Yeah, you back now.
Yeah, I'm back. I hear you.
Okay. No, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear what you said before you cut out.
Oh, I was saying for everybody just chiming in, maybe you just tuned into the stream on the replay. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Show our boys some support, man.
Yeah, appreciate that. Jim Little says, unfortunately, don't tell me nothing bad. Unfortunately, Forbidden isn't showing on the Terence Hughes website anymore. Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. I went looking for it. So I'm still on the hunt.
Yeah,
I'm on the hunt. And if y'all see a bottle, holla at your boy.
My
wife with the eyes. Shout out Josh, man, in the building. What's good, Snugger family? In the day, clean skin. Nothing wrong with that, my friend. Nothing wrong with that. Christian Allison says, damn, can Forbidden be classified as flawless?
Well, flawless means perfect, and perfect, it can't be perfect for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, flawless does mean perfect.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, if you like rose ouds, if you like gourmands, like, get you a sample of this one. Let me speak to that. Right?
Go ahead.
So on his website, it's not just the 50 mLs that he offers. Hey, I want to go ahead and show these. Here's a good 10 ml.
10 ml.
Right. So he also hosts things that he calls unicorn weekends, where you buy a 50 ml and then you can get a 10 ml sample for free with the purchase. Oftentimes, that also knocks down your price on your shipping costs because of the cost of the bottles themselves that usually supersedes the limit that it'll have. Because the other thing that I know is kind of a big deal for us here in the States, it's because he's across the pond, and that continental shipping, it just be hidden. It just be hidden. And this, I'm not getting into this side of it, but I need to put this out there for the people. They deal with a specific company shipping wise, right? And a lot of that company was affected with a lot of things going on over there concerning Brexit. That's all I'm going to end it with right there. But I can tell you this. Don't be afraid of the shipping costs. I can put my personal name, having ordered many, many times from his brand myself. I have never once had problems.
No. A lot of people say the same thing, Jared.
On the website, they also offer like 2 ml sample vials. Kind of like this one right here, for example. Here's one of tobacco. These as well. So you really can get little teeny samples from the orders, guys. It's possible. Just got to check it out.
And a lot of people in here want to sample. So we definitely sample this brand, sample this line for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the comments. Joel says, gotta go. See y'all on the next one. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Appreciate you, Joel.
Peace out,
as
Joe.
always, my friend. I got my guy E-Crew in the building. Got my first Terence Hughes on the way. On the way, I did a swap. All right, which one did you grab, bro? Which one did you grab? Oh, hard. What he said? Come on. Oh, he grabbed hard candy.
Oh, hard candy. Yep.
You gave away a banger there with that Ani. Okay, 10-4. Let me know how that worked out for you, big dog.
Yeah.
All genre, always enjoy Aaron Terence Hughes' content, including his work with Fragmental. Yes. I got to learn. I got to learn and see a lot more of him with his.
Speaking of which,
with Fragmental,
where is that? Smolder. Yes, sir. Smoky resinous incensey. Yeah. Shout out to you, Fragmental. This was the only one I could get my hands on because your joint sold out fast.
I bet it did.
Yeah.
I bet it did. Jay said, I sold my bottle of Slut. Don't blame you, my friend. All genre. Even Jordan lost to Shaq and Penny. Dedrick has no bats left, batting 1,000. Yeah, I couldn't rock with it all, Jim, talking about Slut. McLean says, laugh out loud. Yeah, Slut isn't the best. I would have to agree with you on that one. I gave you the rest of my decan of Slut and one of those shipments. Yes, I know. That's the one that I smelt, Trey. That's the one that I smelt. And I appreciate you for sure, my guy. Jason says Aaron Terence Hughes must be Jared uncle because he know the story behind all the fragrances. Jared's well educated. He's well vast.
I just been following the man. Like I'm a fan of people's journeys as well, as far as this fragrancing is concerned. I literally, if I feel like I'm gonna like you, I'm gonna go check out where your humble beginnings at, so I can see where you're going.
For sure.
Yeah.
Trey said almost guillotine D. Yeah. Forbidden almost put me in the guillotine for sure. For sure. All right. I must have said something. Everybody saying pause. Hella pause. Everybody laughing. All genre says when Dedrick will go into deeper into territory. I almost like y'all boys some idiots. Jason laughing. Big pause by hitting y'all boys. Guard. I'm getting off y'all. I ain't hitting no more of y'all comments, man. We have my guy in the building, man. Shout out to my brother
TLTG.
Ross the boss.
Big Ross the boss.
Just swing through to say hi. Can't stay. Have a great stream, Dedrick and Jerry. Appreciate you, Ross, as always, for your support, my brother, for sure. I ain't clicking no more of y'all comments. Jason showing Ross some love. Eric says Aaron Terence Hughes gonna give Jared a shoe deal after this, knowing the whole backstory. I'll rock me a pair of Jared Miller for sure. Here we go. One specifically. Mr. Franklin, his best fragrance tends to be his oud line, from my experience. And yes, his names get your attention. He's definitely a risk taker. Well said. That's what we've been talking about. And like I said, my guy Trey is a big time supporter of Aaron Terence Hughes.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's talking
We
about.
gotta chop it up, Trey, man.
I'm gonna reach out to Trey. I'm gonna reach out to Trey, man, and get that linked up for sure. Because Trey, he is a huge fan. Huge fan. Where we at? Anything specifically? I see all you clowns in here wilding out. Jim Little, Aaron Terence Hughes does 50 mLs at most, but they're powerful fragrances. Never more than 4 sprays. Okay. Attention span. This is why people call him controversial. When you're making possible better products at affordable prices, the big boys start to get upset. He is my guy, and the hype is deserved. I definitely agree. Detroit Rich, I appreciate the deep dive live stream. You know what? I appreciate you saying that, man, because we're going to be doing more things like this. So I appreciate that, Detroit.
Like you said, we're peeling back the layers.
Josh Moore, sorry I'm late. No problem, Josh. Jared, you're the real deal. Dedrick, you already know for sure. Jared Miller's my guy.
Oh man, I see you, Josh.
Hidden Jim says
shout out to Edward Preston.
Edward Preston for sure. Oh, I bought on eBay for $450. Too rich for my blood. Too rich for my blood. He also has a 30 ml. I'll even take a 30 ml. I'll take a 30 ml of it, man. I just want to wear it. Honestly, man, I got a lot of fragrances, man, and a lot of fragrances that I have. You know, I don't even know if I'll ever empty out another full bottle. I got a bottle of Blue de Chanel EDP that's about a corner left in there. But other than that, man, I don't know. It's gonna be kind of murky if I ever empty out another bottle. So a 30 ml would do me just fine if I can get it for a great price. Let's see anything more specific about it. Jim Little, he stopped shipping internationally for a long time. Black Friday, he opened back up for international shipping with a 350 British pound minimum order, and then 30 pound shipping cost me $477. Wow. You must have got a haul in, bro. I hope you did.
That sounds like two 50 mls and a 10 ml. Yeah. That's
Trey spawned off his slut off on D to get it at the house. He probably said, man, I'm getting this out of here. No ifs, ands, no buts. Raw's getting love. My tree's getting love. Well, all right, y'all. So we're going to have one more fragrance. I plan on the stream being around an hour 30. And then we're going to shut this down for sure. So I'm going to get into one that I haven't smelled. All right. This is the one that I have not smelled thus far on the live. And I have it. Where is it? Okay, here it is. We have Aaron Terence Hughes Santal Extreme. Santal Extreme. That's what we're going to spray and smell for the very first time. We're going to have some light conversation about it, and then we're going to wrap up this live stream, y'all, because your boy is hungry.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready to eat.
Yeah.
All right, Jared, let me go ahead and get a strip here.
All right.
We're going to spray Santal Extreme by Aaron Terence Hughes, and let's see what we got. All right.
Hey, you know what? Nope, I'm not going to say that. Let me get that first step.
Sprays on the strip. Okay, I can smell in the air. It smells nice in the air. See what we got. Smells good, y'all.
I had to wait. You know, it's a pause moment. Hold on. You can swing on.
Smells good, y'all. I get some spices.
Yeah.
A little powdery take to it. Maybe even a touch of some type of citrus in here. This is nice. This is not what I expected. I expected something. This kind of got a richness to it as well. Like maybe there's some benzoin or vanilla in here or something. I don't know. Let's find out. Go ahead.
This is not okay. He's using some well-loved ingredients in this one. I'll say that.
Let me look up the notes, man, because this is very interesting, y'all. This is very, very interesting right here. And this is
one of his very likable fragrances.
Santal Extreme, because you know what? Every time I hear the word Santal, I'm thinking about original Santal, or I'm thinking about the Byredo fragrance, what they call Santal 33, which I do not like. I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it for sure. So I get nervous, but let's go Santal Extreme, I believe it is.
Yep. Santal Extreme.
Okay, here we are. Santal Extreme, y'all. So here we go with some accords. Let's see how good my nose is. Woody, sweet, spicy, earthy, and resonance. Definitely get that. We got some creamy sandalwood. Oh, double dose. Australian and Indian sandalwood. There's that vanilla. Patchouli, rose absolute, cedar, musk, and tonka bean. Wow, I really like this, man. I was expecting something different, but
it is a sandalwood fragrance. Well, it's a sandalwood fragrance.
Let me get some.
His take on a sandalwood. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, he's got that rose in there. As I said, rose absolute generally is his favorite rose note. It's his favorite note, period. And he uses it in a whole lot. And he gives it the way he uses rose absolute is to give it a texture to the fragrance, a velvety feel. You'll notice that with a lot of his releases.
That's good.
But this is a sandalwood through and through. It's a sandalwood.
This is really good, y'all.
Smooth sandalwood.
Dang, that is really nice. I was really expecting something a little earthy. I thought I was going to expecting something a little bit more spicy, earthy, woodsy, just off the name. But there he goes again. There he goes again with a name like Santal Extreme. That's what I thought we were going for. But no, man, we are getting something. And I'm smelling on skin. The sandalwood is creamy. It's rich.
Yeah. It's a very rich sandalwood.
I'm talking about rich sandalwood.
Very rich sandalwood.
A benzoin flare, like a benzoin. If you ever smelled you a nice benzoin fragrance, it's a very rich and sweet, almost a little smokiness to it, as well.
He made this around the same time that he created his fragrance called Om, and this is kind of his thoughtful side. This is along his thoughtful. How do I describe it? His thoughtful. I don't want to call it mass appealing, but thoughtful, easily liked, just smooth side of him.
Very good. Wow, what a way to end the live stream.
Yeah.
Now here's gonna be my problem, Jared.
Yeah.
I done fell in love with about 5 of these fragrances. I love Notorious. I love Odyssey. I love Raw Cherry. I love
you got a ways to go, my brother.
Yeah, Forbidden.
You got a ways to go. You got a ways to go. Because he got hitters that span the fragrance wheel, right? So
I know he does.
But me, as I fell in love with the Rose Ouds, man. I fell in love with the Rose Ouds.
I'm a fan as well.
Fell in love with him
as well. Wow. So this has been a great one. This has been a great stream. We really wanted to get the conversation started of some of the thought-provoking brands out here. And when you talk about independent niche houses like Terence Hughes, this is a great way to start it off. So I'm going to be having more live streams like this where we're going to be pulling the layers back on these houses and get into these DNAs and get into these marketing and promotions and the minds of these guys if we can. I would love one day to sit down with Terence Hughes and have a conversation with him. I would love to sit down with George Zaharoff and have a conversation with him one day and really just start really trying to peel back the layers of what these guys are thinking when they produce these products. Because when you go and smell your mass appealing fragrances from Versace and Dior and Burberry or whatever, what have you, you kind of can get complacent a bit. And I'm not speaking down on those brands, but those brands do have great things to offer. But when you've been doing it as long as I've been doing it, and guys like Jared and people like you guys, enthusiasts like Jason and Eric and Dame and Montrese and Kyler and everybody who's watching, sooner or later your mind and your taste is, you want to see what else is out there. And this is a brand that I highly recommend that you guys look into. If you can sample. If you want to be a blind buy warrior, good luck. Good
Yeah.
luck. I
Good
do
luck.
not
Good luck.
recommend blind buying
Yeah.
anything from this house, even though he has some tremendous staples, in my opinion, like Forbidden could potentially be top 10 in my collection for sure. All right. So, Jared, any final remarks on Aaron Terence Hughes before we shut this down, my friend?
My final remarks.
For this live stream, of course.
For this live stream, I will say this is going to be an ongoing conversation.
Sure.
I think it's needed.
Yeah.
For the sake of the consumer.
Okay.
I know ATH, you designed a lot of what you do behind the thought process of the consumer. I personally thank you for some of the decisions you've made. As you know, I enjoy your products. I know D does as well. I'm thankful for your transparency with the chemistry because I genuinely wanted to learn about not just the aroma chemicals and the notes, but how this stuff actually functions. And the opportunity to actually hear a perfumer speak is rare.
Right.
So thank you.
Yes.
We don't blow smoke up nobody's butt around here.
No,
but
no.
we flowers to do what they do. And if you make some trash, we gotta let you know about that too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I had a great time tonight. We're going to continue this conversation even more. We're going to do a few more live streams to wrap up the year. We're going to have a breakdown on George Saharoff and the Saharoff line. I'm going to try to get a panel going for that. I'm going to try to see what I can do to really have some really informative individuals, and that's all I'll say when it comes to that specific live stream. I am wanting to continue the conversation on the Aaron Terence Hughes line. I'm willing to want to have the conversation on more lines that are out there for sure. So thank you for everybody, the niche crowd that came out to vibe. Y'all had a good time in the chat. Y'all some clowns, Jason and Hidden Gems, and all the Paul's Warriors out there, all genre bops, Dame. Appreciate you guys for keeping the chat live and fun and interesting, man. So I definitely appreciate all your time. So thank you for watching. If you're watching on the playback, go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you like what you heard and like what you've seen.
Please subscribe too. We hit the 10K, but we got other goals in mind. Keep them coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we do. And Jared, thank you, my friend, for making
always, brother. Always
and being available. And of course, Jared's been on this stream plenty times, and I look forward to having Jared more on the live streams as we continue to have these crucial conversations for the enthusiasts and even the people who are trying to figure out what an enthusiast is. And when you hear enthusiasts talk Aaron Terence Hughes, you probably made it to the enthusiast point.
Sure, you're not just gonna stumble on his house in the beginning.
For sure. So again, thank you all for your support, Smell Good family. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with your boy. Please be sure to check out all the videos that came out this week. I drop every Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. on YouTube. We do live streams at least once a week, and we're going to keep the content going. A lot of holiday content starting next week, y'all. A lot of holiday content, holiday streams. We got a lot of fun things coming up as we get ready for Christmas and New Year's and get ready to go into 2024. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Have a great Friday. We might be back Saturday. We might be back. I'm not sure. We'll see. I may be back with something fun on Saturday, but don't hold me to it. We'll just see how it goes. And y'all have a great weekend. So as always, splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember what you put out into this world. You watching, you listening. It's exactly what you are going to get back for a show.
Yes, sir.
Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, rock with your boy. Giveaways are still live. They end this Sunday. 3 giveaways.
Salute to all y'all out there to Smell Good family.
Still live. They're still live. You have till Sunday to enter. Winners will be announced next week. Y'all don't want to miss this.
Don't miss out. You got some treats, y'all. You heard it.
Another giveaway like this. I don't know if it's going to be this crazy. Contributions from Ross, contributions from Scentbird. Y'all enter in the giveaway. All right. Till next time, y'all take care. Peace.